How's it going, YouTube? Oxy here, and welcome back. So today I'm here to review the recent movie Longlegs, put out by Neon. And yeah, to say it's been a divisive movie is an understatement. Like when it came out, or the previews and everything, it had really high praise, and then now that it's come out, it's been very divisive. Like I think I see people hating on it way more. And yeah, I'm here to give my thoughts, my opinions, and, you know, but the basic plot of Longlegs is essentially we follow the FBI agent, Lee Harker, played by Mika Monroe. And essentially, it's a serial killer case, the titular Longlegs, played by Nicolas Cage, and it's an investigation, right? They're essentially trying to solve the murders, and there's a touch of occultism, right? Like it's later revealed that there may be something more sinister going on. That's pretty much it. That's the basic thing. And I think where I've seen the most disconnect is that the way it was marketed was very much like, oh, this is going to be like a great horror movie. And while it is horror, right, it very much is more like mystery, or I think that is like the genre, like horror mystery or like thriller even. It definitely is more of that. So I can see why people may have felt like misled by the marketing, but again, I still think the film has value, or does it well, because like I cannot praise Nicolas Cage enough. Like, and I think he played the character of Longlegs really well. Like he genuinely came off as like a crazy, like like Satan worshiper. And I know that was also a point of contention. Some people felt that he was too out there. Like I know in my viewing, people were laughing at some of his scenes, because he did come off as like, I guess, out there, and they're like, oh, the movie's played so straight that you have this guy who's like being wacky. But then I'm like, okay, but that's like the role, that's the point, like I don't get it. Like like what's the issue? They even name drop like Charles Manson, kind of like, oh, Longlegs is like a Manson type, which we don't know who that is. Famous like serial killer who, same thing, he was like a crazy like Satan worshiper. He had his family as accomplices, but the guy was crazy. Like you look up interviews with him, like, so that's like, I got that. I mean, that's what I was like, yeah, that's what he's meant to be. But I guess for some people it was just too weird. But then it's like, I don't know, reality isn't always what you think it is. Like, like people like that do exist. So I thought he was great. Like he genuinely came off as like unhinged. Like he really was like, you look at the character, the guy, you're like, yeah, he's not well. Like he's not fully up there. And again, for me, Nicolas Cage was great. That's up to you to form your own opinions. And yeah, other than that, like I enjoyed it. I mean, again, the plot is essentially Harker and her partner, Agent Carter, both of them like figuring it out. Mainly Harker, but we do know there's like some form of connection with her and Longlegs. And I will give a spoiler tag because I guess this is also the big thing. Again, I think you should go see it before, because it kind of defeats the whole purpose what I'm about to say. So like, go watch it. So in the movie, um, again, they know there's some occult stuff going on. They find these dolls in like all the murder sites, and there's like a kind of ritual going on where Longlegs, right, he's carrying out these murders where it's always a family that has a 9-year-old daughter. Her birthday is always on the 14th, and it's always the murders take place either 6 days before or 6 days after the aforementioned birthday on the 14th. So it's always going to happen on the 8th or the 20th. And then through that, Harker finds some like symbol, right? It's like, again, it's a cult. Like, it's, she looks at like a Nine Circles of Hell book, and it's like a inverted triangle, whatever. And it's like a ritual. So again, that's how you're like, okay, there's something involved. But then we find out later that Harker encountered Longlegs in her youth. And then probably the scene that I guess is the most hated. Owen Harker visits her mother, who is kind of obvious she's involved. Like, literally the first time seeing her, you're like, yeah, something's off about that lady. And it's revealed that yes, Harker was met Longlegs, and she was gonna be part of the ritual, but the mom essentially made a deal with the devil, right? And essentially the mom is the accomplice of Longlegs, and so the mom would drop off these dolls that Longlegs essentially put, like, I guess it's meant to be magic, like occult magic, into them, which would causes every father in each of these cases to go crazy and kill his family and then himself, I guess. Or yeah, it's always like that. It like follows a pattern, and the mom is involved, Harker's mom, and we know that she's the one that's constantly having to drop off these things, witness the murders. Also, Harker would be spared. She wouldn't be part of that. And of course, so during this, Longlegs kills himself, which I thought was a nice little twist. I was like, okay, like you expect him to be the big bad, but he's captured, and then he like kills himself, like slams his face into the thing, so he's gone. And then it's the mom, which again, it was kind of obvious something was up with her. But what I really like, so I think it's meant to be that the big reveal is that Satan is the man downstairs, because Longlegs or anyone constantly say that. And I'm like, I hope not, because that is extremely obvious. Like, it's like, no shit. It was going to be like, that. What I do like, though, is when it's revealed the mom is the one involved, Harker also had a doll, which this was a little weird. So it's implied that Harker has been under the spell, or like it is all led up to this, because the mom shoots the doll, essentially freeing Harker of that magic. Because you see, the mom shoots the doll, and then there's like a smoke effect, but then also from Harker's head. So then so this whole time, Harker has been on a mission to stop Longlegs, even though the whole point is to complete the ritual, but she's under the spell just to go against it. Like, that, okay, that I will agree. Now thinking about it, is like, what? Like, that makes no sense. Um, but again, you could tie it back to the deal that, hey, my daughter will be spared. Because in the end, uh, earlier in the movie, introduced Agent Carter's family, who's like her partner or her superior, I believe it's shown. And essentially, it's like in a throwaway line, or hey, some of you probably were like, oh, it's going to be them. His daughter's birthday is coming up, which is the 14th, or I guess they don't say the number, but you could probably figure that out, with given that birthdays are a relevant plot point. So I was like, oh, essentially Harker shows up to her mom, uh, dropping off a doll to Agent Carter's house. So the same thing. It's like the last one to complete the whatever ritual, but Harker stops it. Like, she kills Carter because he's like possessed or whatever. Which he kills his wife. She kills her mom because her mom's a nut job, and then her and the daughter are safe. Which again, I'm just like, okay, I knew that though. Like, again, the whole deal with the devil's like, a deal is a deal. Your daughter is spared, Harker. Like, she'll be fine, but traumatized, right? That's always the idea, that you make a deal with the devil. It's like, it's not be careful what you say. Like, yeah, she's spared. Like, she didn't die, but she had to witness all this, go through all this. But now thinking about it, I really don't like that whole that she was also possessed. Like that's really stupid, considering the whole movie is her trying to stop this. So why the hell would, if she's under control or a spell like a limit or whatever, why would she be working against the thing that is doing that? Like it's counterintuitive. Um but other than that, I mean, like, despite that, again, I really like Nicolas Cage. Like him as Longlegs was really good. I thought he was genuinely creepy at times. I love the a scene where he's on in custody before he kills himself, and the way it's shot is like we're viewing it from the perspective of like one of the FBI agents watching like the VHS tape, the recording of him, and it's Cage, like of course on the TV, but like acting crazy, and I thought it was really well, and then it like pauses on like a weird face of his, which looks kind of distorted, and like as Carter's talking, his back is to the TV, and like you're always expecting, oh, something gonna show up on the screen, but I thought those moments of like slight tension were good, or like they did pretty well. But thinking about it out loud, how I am, like the plot was like not great. Again, the Satan thing was painfully obvious. Which I'm like that, yeah, like that was obvious. The only thing I did like, which I was like, oh, it's clever. Throughout the movie, you see Longlegs in like his little basement making these things, these dolls. Then again, the whole man downstairs, which yes is Satan. That's what they're referencing. But what I really liked was again when her mom freed her. Again, really stupid. Like yeah, I'm sorry, that honestly really just kind of ruined it for me now. Um, when she shoots her, she goes unconscious because when Harker wakes up, it's like, oh, my mom's going over there, or it's like she gets a phone call. Um, Anyways, Harker wakes up in that basement, and it's revealed that Longlegs was literally at her mom's basement. So not only yes, the man downstairs, literally, right, um, as in the devil, but I really like that. I was like, oh, he is the man downstairs as well. Like he literally was to her mother, and we see her, yeah, obviously come up from there and I don't know if you want to look deeper of like, oh, her ascending from hell. I don't know if Dante's Inferno, there's like themes maybe that play more into it, but she ascends, right, to be the savior. Again, it was great up until that stupid doll scene. It was that really killed it. Damn, and I was actually gonna defend this movie, but no, that alone really kind of irked me. I'll be honest, my original rating, I was maybe gonna shoot towards the 8. Again, Nicolas Cage was fantastic. He was really well, and the film is like interesting. It's a nice story, like it's done well. But now, really thinking out loud, I think a 7.5 is fair. I could see the contention now. I have been, brought to the light. My eyes have been open. But despite me ragging on it, it isn't a bad film. I still thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. They did the things well. It's just something that, yeah, that doll thing was stupid. Just flat out really stupid. Like why would you shoot it? She's under your control. It's implied. Even though she still has enough free will to like work against you, and then you completely free her. I mean, I get it. It's her mother, so it's like, oh, I want to free my daughter, but then you're trying to complete this thing. So why the I'm sorry, guys. It's like, why would you do that just to? Yeah, again, I made the argument. Okay, but the deal was she'd be safe. So I guess it's like, no matter what the mother did, she's doomed. Just like Longlegs, he was gonna kill himself. Whatever. It's a frustrating one. It's still fun. Like, don't like the movie isn't terrible as a lot of people say. Just because it wasn't what you thought doesn't make it bad. How about and take the film for face value, enjoy it for what it is. base your opinions off that, not what you thought it was. But that's common sense, which people seem to lack these days. Anyways, guys, sorry, enough of my ramble. What did you guys think? Have you seen it? Are you gonna see it? Yeah, please let me know what you think. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good jazz. I promise I'll be back. I know I've been gone a bit. Just, but we're back. And as always, everyone, I've been your host, Oxy. Take care, and I'll see you next time.